What's up, everybody? Welcome back. And today we are breaking down the new and improved Big Ten commercial. Everybody is super excited that the Big Ten decided to update the commercial and bring it back and, not change too much about it, because with this whole college realignment stuff, we're seeing a lot of change and a lot of change that people don't want to see. But for something like this commercial, they obviously had to change it, but, they didn't change it too much to where it doesn't feel too different from the original, which the original is just completely beloved by everybody. I've never really seen a commercial be so beloved by people. Like, people don't like commercials, but this is the one exception. This commercial, it means a lot to a lot of people. I find it to be pretty fascinating just how many people love this thing, including myself. Obviously, I broke it down in another video talking about all the Easter eggs, which was weird because I feel like the commercial had been out for 10 years and nobody had really even taken a deeper dive into what made it special. And obviously when this thing just dropped, a lot of people have been talking about it, breaking it down, which is really cool to see because I always kind of hoped people would look more into it, and we finally have seen that, and I really love this commercial. Now, it's a little bit different than the original because one thing that people are complaining about is that if there is a complaint, it's pretty fast. Like, it goes quick. It's only 30 seconds long. The original was 41. So that's the only complaint I have about this thing. I think that overall they did a fantastic job. I have no complaints, being completely honest, besides that one little thing. It is a little quick, but honestly, it's a pretty romantic commercial, if I'm being completely honest. It's just, good vibes. The great song by, Guard, Silver Lining. There's nothing but positivity with this thing. It feels like whenever it comes on, I always watch it, always make sure. Can't say that about any other commercial. And it's not like a commercial that gets stuck in your head where it's annoying, or one of those type of commercials, with a stupid jingle or something like that. This is just one of those where it's just good vibes all the way through. And that's why I like it so much. And I think that, honestly, I've even seen people comment before on how even foreign students come to the United States and they don't really know much about our cultures. And, they go to Big Ten schools for college, and seeing a commercial like this, I've seen some comments say how it was kind of a cool perspective on the United States culture, which I honestly thought was really cool. So I kind of wanted to mention that because I thought that was cool. People just like the commercials so much, and that was something that stuck out for them. So without further ado, guys, let's break this thing down and talk about why this new and improved commercial is pretty cool, and it's got some Easter eggs. So let's just break this thing down. Okay, well, we already have a mistake, so that's why I'm talking over right now. It actually starts with Mount Olympus. I kept thinking they were the Cascade Mountains, which I put in the actual video, but no, the Cascade Mountains are to the right of Seattle, where Mount Olympus is more of towards the northwest, across the bay. So wanted to point that out. That's what it opens with, Mount Olympus. Washington, my goodness, boy, did they get a lot of Easter eggs. I mean, first we've got a state outline, which I think is pretty cool. You can notice that, the blue outline. We also have a seaplane flying across the skyline. Then we have a cruise ship. Well, at least I thought it was a cruise ship, which are pretty common. We got a lot of Pacific tours up in the northwest, but that's not what it is. And I also thought it could have been a fishing fleet, which those are also a really big deal in the area. But I saw somebody comment this on Reddit. It's the R.V. Thompson G. Thompson, which is owned by the school's oceanography school. Yes, I think that's what that is referring to. So there's a cool Easter egg for you. We also have the cherry blossoms, which are super cool. I love cherry blossom trees, probably my favorite tree. Those are iconic on the campus in the quad at Washington. Then we have Husky Stadium with the sailgating in the harbor. We have the Suzzallo Library, which is over 100 years old, really cool. We also have the Sullivan Theater on the campus, which is outside, and those iconic columns that you'll see, those sit inside of it. So there's another Easter egg. We also have the Space Needle, which is iconic in Seattle. And then we have Mount Rainier, which you can see on the campus. That's in the background there. So Washington actually has the most Easter eggs of any school in this commercial. And then we move down to Oregon. Well, first we want to go to the coast, because if you see, there's a little rock. And that rock is called the Haystack Rock. And I thought that was pretty cool. They added that to the commercial. And then we also have Autzen Stadium, obviously. And then we have the duck coming out of the O, which I think is really cool. Probably the most iconic mascot in the Big Ten. Then we have the night campus, which was an interesting choice for Oregon, because the night campus opened in 2020, late 2020, which was designed by Phil and Penny Knight. Obviously, Phil Knight, everybody knows him, Mr. Nike. This was a campus for accelerating scientific impact. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they included that over, even a Nike swoosh, or, even where they have college game day. I don't know exactly what that's called on the campus, but it's got the Oregon O on the building. So I thought they would have included that, but oh well. And then we also have runners on a trail next to Autzen Stadium, and then we also have Mount Hood. So that's the Pacific Northwest for you guys. And we'll move on down to Hollywood, and we've got obviously the Hollywood sign, which everybody knows that. We've got the UCLA logo. We've got the 42, which is at the Jackie Robinson Recreational Complex. We have the John Wooden statue, which obviously everybody knows John Wooden. Then we have the Royce Hall, which is an original building on the campus. It's an auditorium. And then we have the Rose Bowl Stadium. Obviously, the old commercial started at the Rose Bowl Stadium, but they changed it up a little bit, so had to include it obviously, but it's not starting there anymore. Then we also have in LA the Santa Monica Pier. We've got downtown Los Angeles. Then we go to USC, where we see the Center for International and Public Affairs with the Globe Tower. Now this was renamed from the Von Kleinsmid Center, which was renamed pretty recently. And then we obviously see the Coliseum, where USC plays, and a Trojan horse that rides out during games with Trojan mascot and the horse. So that's basically everything that's new. Now, we do want to go across. They changed up the lighting for the commercial. Like it's brighter. Literally nothing is different besides maybe like some clouds, except for two things I do want to point out. There is a bridge that there were trees in the way at Michigan State. There were trees in the way. Now, I can't exactly figure out what this bridge is. I thought it was the bridge that connects like right by the football stadium. It's definitely not that because it's got like the green sidings. Now, I looked up in the state of Michigan what that could be. I found the Cut River Bridge. There's a really long bridge that goes across the water in Michigan. I don't think it's that one. I think it's the Cut River Bridge. Somebody in the comments will have to help out with that one because that's literally the only thing I have any questions about. But I do want to mention the oval that is at Ohio State's campus. I didn't mention that in the original video. That is obviously one of the most iconic places. It is the most iconic place probably on Ohio State's campus besides Mirror Lake. But I wanted to mention that because I didn't mention it in the original video. But other than that, literally everything's the same. They didn't change anything up. The skyline looks the same. It's great. They did a really good job. One, they kept the song the same, and go back to that other song that all come together, whatever that was. We obviously complained about that, and we got the original Silver Linings back. So yeah, guys, that's the commercial. They did a great job. It looks great. Can't wait to watch it during game days. I can already see myself with a blanket and a cup of coffee and watching this commercial. College football Saturday. Gosh, I can't wait for it to be here. But yeah, if you want to watch my original breakdown video, I'd really appreciate it because I think that has like a better deep dive on all the other schools. I just kind of wanted to highlight the new ones and anything else they changed, but they didn't really change a whole lot besides some shading things. And yeah, everything looks great. Skyline looks great. I think even the Rose Bowl Stadium's now viewable in the skyline and all the new logos. So there's your conference realignment, guys. With all the change, at least one thing's staying the same. So thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.